you may not remember that you scored a grade of 90 instead of a 95, but you will regret missing out on your friend's or best friend's birthday party. My advice to you today has touched upon numerous themes. Before I'm accused of being a Chief Justice who is all work and no play, I must say that my time at Delhi University was also great fun. Not many are aware of this, but I moonlighted as a radio jockey in my earlier 20s in All India Radio, doing programs like Play It Cool or A Date With You or Sunday Requests. But today we are speaking to the students. I'm here to talk to the students. So dear students, you stand on the threshold of the legal profession. Remember that the 5 years of legal education will be truly transformative. You will undergo a radical transformation, both on the personal front as well as on your professional front. Don't see your years of study here as purely a pursuit of academics, but a pursuit of all that is worth striving for in life itself. Spare no effort in obtaining knowledge of the subjects that you will study. But above all, attempt to know yourself. The quest to know yourself is a continuing quest. I don't think I have attained that quest myself, even at this point of time in my life. But you must begin that quest to know yourself early, which is when you will see yourself evolve into individual personhood as your life goes along. Seek better for your soul and understanding your mind. In the eternal words of the Bard of Avon, William Shakespeare, this above all, to thine own self be true. Be true to yourself. Do understand that a flame burns in your heart. The legal profession is sometimes too commercial and perhaps desanitized to human suffering and pain. The grave danger which you will face in your life is when the flame within you is extinguished, and you will have to constantly do something to ensure that the flame keeps burning, and these flames today of the light which we lit this afternoon continue to burn. It's so easy to let the flame within you die. So my appeal to you is, do something, add a little bit more of the medium which keeps the flame burning. But you have to keep adding to that medium every few hours, if not every few days, in your own heart. You will be hard-pressed to find a bigger melting pot of cultures than a university which has students from all over the country. You will encounter people, habits, and cultures so very different from your own. Remember to have an open mind, to be respectful, and to accept others for who they are. Don't be afraid of people who are not exactly like you. Instead, attempt to learn from them what you don't already know. The best of friends are often found in the people most different from us. Extend the warmth of friendship to all those you encounter, and in return, you will get much more than what you give. It is not only your peers and professors that you must treat with respect and kindness, but all those you interact with. Every human being deserves the same amount of respect, regardless of the money or the power that they possess. Luck plays an incalculable role in determining the paths of each of our lives. And many of us are not lucky, as others have been, to attend a good school, a good university, and then go on to work on a good job. Reminding oneself of this is useful in our collective effort to be more empathetic to those around us. In the academic arena, as in life, remember to question everything. The philosopher René Descartes said, "Cogito ergo sum," I think and therefore I am. The human quality which distinguishes us from other elements of the universe is the ability to think, and therefore we are. I take the liberty to modify that for you to say, inter ego, ergo sum. I question, and therefore I am. The essence of the legal profession is to question and not to accept. If you start accepting what is before you as social truths, we don't deserve to be lawyers and judges. The basis of our existence as lawyers and judges is that we question and we do not accept what is given to us, even as a statement of position. Do not take anything to be the gospel truth merely because somebody tells you that what they are saying is incontrovertibly true. Every day in your legal books, you will realize that there are cases which challenge what was incontrovertibly true and led you to a path of a new truth, a new unraveling of the truth. It is likely that they are convinced of the truth of their own opinion, but that does not absolve or excuse you of your duty to scrutinize the ideas you come across and to take a reasoned stance. University education, in other words, stands for reason, for tolerance, for the adventure of ideas, and for the search of truth. I'm sure your professors will join me in urging you to inculcate the spirit of inquiry, which will hold you in good stead in the legal profession. While questioning the world around you, do not forget to test your own opinions on the same anvil. Question yourself. Don't only learn to question others. Too very often, people learn to question others, to challenge the judgments of others, but accept their own value judgments as sacrosanct. When you question others, remember you have to question yourselves as well. And questioning your own self means that you must realize that you could be wrong on many more occasions that you imagined that you were. Examine and re-examine your own stance as you learn about the world around you. But the spirit of inquiry does not mean that you question everything. It also requires you to be insatiably curious. Your professors will introduce you to new ideas every day, as will your peers. Do not restrict yourselves to the readings which are prescribed for every class. With the sole motivation of attaining the highest possible grade, you have these little books. When I was doing my law, they used to be called Dukkis in Delhi University. In Mumbai University, they will call the Jabwalas. So if you are smart, you can get an A+ without a minimum of effort. But that's not the test. The test is not about how smart you are in getting the best grade with the least possible effort. There's something beyond that in learning the law. Be curious about each subject and seek to learn for the sake of knowledge itself. There is no out-of-syllabus question when it comes to curiosity about the world around us. Of course, working hard is a prerequisite to success. Strive towards achieving your goals with single-minded dedication. I will not lie to you and say that you will succeed without exception as long as you work hard. I know of cases I lost, though I thought I'd worked harder than my opponent. But there was something in the case that lay just beyond me and my abilities. You will fail, as I have failed in life. You will be disappointed, as I have faced disappointment in life. And you will find yourself heartbroken, as I have been heartbroken in life. But do not let that deter you from pursuing your goals. Learn from your mistakes, for it is not only your successes that will shape you as an individual, but also your failures. Our failures are more important in so many ways than even our successes. Our successes give us a high. Our failures teach us the essence of our existence. Your professors will be some of the best guides you have in this journey. I cannot help but remember my own days at the Faculty of Law in Delhi University, where, as I said, Professor Upendra Bakshi, Professor Lotika Sarkar, Dr. B. Shivramaya, Dr. B. Erabi, They shaped the individual and the judge that I am today. Dr. Madhav Menon, I went to for editing a paper which I was writing, which was published in the Journal of the Bar Council of India Trust, the Journal of the Bar Council of India, and it was called Evolving Trends and Locus Standi, Models for Decision Making. And I had ended my paper with a quotation. And Dr. Madhav Menon in the Bar Council of India Trust looked up to me and said, never end a paper with a quotation, because what have you said in the paper? Does it end only with something which somebody else has said? Of course, education at the law fac, as we used to call it in Delhi University, was not restricted to the classrooms, but spilled over to the hostel rooms, the hallways, the canteen, the dormitory, and the adda that groups of friends shared. Before I'm accused of being a Chief Justice who is all work and no play, I must say that my time at Delhi University was also great fun. Not many are aware of this, but I moonlighted as a radio jockey in my earlier 20s in All India Radio, doing programs like Play It Cool or A Date With You or Sunday Requests. My love for music persists only even today. So after I'm done with the music of the lawyers, which is not always music to the ears, I go back and listen to music which is music to the ears every day of my life. I encourage each of you to have a hobby or participate in an activity which interests you outside of the law. Life is long, and you may not remember that you scored a grade of 90 instead of a 95, but you will regret missing out on your friend's or best friend's birthday party. My advice to you today has touched upon numerous themes. I've exhorted you to know yourself, to be kind to yourself, just as you are kind to others, to have an open mind, to inculcate the spirit of inquiry, to work hard, and to have fun. Do remember to have fun. Take your work seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. That is a fairly long list of things for any 18-year-old to be doing, and you may doubt your ability to do it all. Here I will share a secret with you all. Well, it is not so much of a secret as an oft-forgotten truth. No one is born perfect. When I was young, I used to suffer from constant nasal congestion, and I went to this distinguished doctor at what was then a public hospital, the Willingdon Hospital, which is today the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital. And he looked at me and said, "Son," he said, "God didn't make human beings with calipers." And that's something which has always stuck to me. God doesn't make human beings with calipers. So nobody is born perfect. Learn to love your imperfections, because your imperfections give you that human quality. If we were perfect, we would be robots. And we are not robots. We are human beings. The good news, however, is that we can get where we want to be by practicing the qualities which we seek to possess. We can practice being kind. We can practice the spirit of inquiry. We can practice the exercise of attempting to know ourselves. And we can also practice trying to be fun. I hope none of you needs to practice that. But if you do, what better place than the beautiful beaches of Goa? Finally, I urge each of you to remember that the law cannot be divorced from social change. Regardless of whether you are enrolled for a BA LLB program or a BBA LLB program, you must make it your mission to effect societal change. The law is a powerful tool in the hands of people, but even more so in the hands of lawyers who are familiar with the ins and outs of functioning. As lawyers, we appeared for the best, but we sometimes also appeared for not the very best, people who are in breach of the law. But every one of our appearances taught us something about what it is to be a human and why people behave as they do. If you can say that you have influenced the course of a single life for the better, or that you have touched a single soul, then you would have succeeded beyond measure. I hope I have not given you a mind-boggling set of ideas. I'm not sure I have followed all of them, but as you know, it's easier to preach than it is to practice. And I hope that in the course of preaching to you, I practice better when I wake up every morning from tomorrow onwards. Once again, I offer my heartiest congratulations to everyone involved in establishing this university. I compliment the vision of the Bar Council of India Trust. Truly, it requires that lawyers who constitute the Bar Council of India Trust are not fancy lawyers who have gone to elite law schools across the world, but their vision has emanated from the grassroots where they have grown from. So you must understand that from the grassroots as you rise, you have the vision of the great forest, the great foliage that defines our national culture. Therefore, my great appreciation for the Bar Council of India Trust, headed by its able chairperson, the Bar Council of Maharashtra, Goa, the government of Goa, who have all collaborated together to produce what I hope will be a center of excellence. My sincere best wishes as you begin the first academic session of the first academic year. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you.